Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum everybody. I'm your Arabic teacher Sam, and a very warm welcome back to another video here on the Arabic with Sam channel. So what I want to start with by doing actually is welcoming the new students to the Arabic in 60 Steps program, because we've had 5 or 6 new students this week, I think 5, and yeah, so we'll give them a shout out. So we've got Sharon, a very warm welcome to the program, Sharon. Please forgive me if I mispronounce any of your names. I'm sure I will. Bektur, congratulations for getting on the program. Derek, congratulations. Laura, congratulations and welcome to the program. And Mingu Cho from South Korea, congratulations and a warm welcome to the program. So we've had students from the UK, USA, from Saudi Arabia, and South Korea actually join the program this week. So very warm welcome to you guys. Welcome to the program. So let's actually get into it. So in this little lesson, what we're doing today is, as I said, sort of on Saturdays we're going to be doing topics, and the topic of this week is saying to come. Right, we're talking about this verb to come because recently a good friend of mine, brother Shaheen Ar-Rahman from Ar-Rahma UK, he sent me a really cool little picture. Of all of these different kind of synonyms for the word to come, but they all kind of have their own nuances, and here on this channel we like to kind of explore the nuances of different words. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to kind of do a video version, and I've kind of thrown in some of my own, some of my own other additions, because a couple of things in here that actually weren't mentioned. But yeah, you notice this phone. I bought this phone especially for the Arabic in 60 Step students, because now a little addition that we've kind of made to the program this week is, going forward, inshallah, all of the students in the Arabic in 60 Steps program have the WhatsApp number for this phone, so they can message me anytime. And just another level of the Arabic in 60 Step program. So anyway, so let's actually get into it. So we have about 10 different words to come, and as I say, like, they all kind of have their own different nuances and stuff, so we'll walk through them as we go. So the main one is the verb ja'a. The verb ja'a is the one that we hear most of the time. Like, there isn't any kind of particular nuance. Normally when you kind of, even when you have words that have many different variations, like even the word for camel, right? Like we mentioned in a previous video, there are literally hundreds of words for camel. There's a whole book on it, and but there's still like a generic, just Gemel, right? There's just kind of one generic term, and then all of the others have their own real nuances, and and this verb ja'a is the same. We see the verb ja'a in the Quran all the time, and it's a really common one. It's one of these which in the present tense, from the past tense, goes ja'a, he came, yaji'u in the present. It's a hollow verb. We call them hollow verbs in the Western tradition. Just means that they have an alif in the middle. That's basically what hollow verb means. Anyway, so let's run through them a little bit more. So what do we have first? We have the verb ata. A lot of you will probably have heard that in the Quran as well. And something that particularly comes to mind is at the beginning of Surah An-Nahl, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ata amrullahi fala tasta'jilun. Ata amrullahi. So ata, it's coming, amrullahi, the amr, the matter of Allah, right? And that's a way of saying the Day of Judgment, really. So the Day of Judgment is coming, fala tasta'jilun. So don't hurry it, or don't hasten it. Don't wish for it to come closer, right? It's coming. And you kind of spot a trend throughout this little session that we're doing, that sometimes, Allah really deliberately uses certain nuances of this verb specifically for the Day of Judgment. We'll reflect on that a little bit more as we go. But ata, specifically, like in this list, it gives the definition ja'a min makanin qaribin. So it's even coming from a close place, and that's significant, isn't it, in that ayah, right? If Allah is describing the Day of Judgment as coming from a close place, right? Allah's already saying it's close to you, and that's kind of the meaning of the ayah itself. It's saying, look, it's close. فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُوا أَتَى أَمْرُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُوا. So what's the next one? So the next verb is قَدِيمَ, and it has the definition of جاء من مكان بعيد. So it's kind of the opposite, right? Like أتى is coming from a nearby place, and قديمة is جاء, but from a far away place. Cool. So قديمة, something to mention on that, just for those of you guys who are in kind of the early stages of learning sarf, learning Arabic grammar and stuff, is these verbs that are fatha, kasra, fatha. Most verbs, maybe 80% of these kind of standard verbs are normally fatha, fatha, fatha. Kataba, jalasa. They're like that, right? But there are kind of, 10%, 15% of other verbs that are like a. They go alima, fahima. and then this is another one, qadima. And the rule with those is that in the present tense, that kasra becomes a fatha. So with alima, you'll have ya'lamu. With, what was another one that I gave? Fahima, you'll have yafhamu. With qadima, you'll have yaqdamu in the present tense. So, but that's to come from a faraway place. Next one down, so aqbala. And the definition that it has here is ja'a raghiban mutahammisan. So that kind of means it's coming in enthusiastically, coming quickly, enthusiastically. So, I mean, when I heard that, an ayah came to mind where Allah says, I believe it's in Surah Al-Qalam, فَأَقْبَلَ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ يَتَلَاوَمُونَ. That they look at each other, or they kind of come to each other rather. يَتَلَاوَمُونَ. I'm not sure how to translate that really, but they're not happy with each other, right? The two groups that come to each other are not happy with each other. فَأَقْبَلَ بَعْضُهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ يَتَلَاوَمُونَ. So next one. So we have حضر. And then here it has جاء تلبية للدعوة. So yeah, it's coming but because of an invitation, right? حضر. And like that is sort of you if you do hadara, obviously you're expected to be there. Hence why, like if you ever go to school or university or anything in an Arab country, when they do the register, for people to say they're present, they say hadir. It means that they're present, right? Like and in that case, you're expected to be there, right? You've had a da'wah, you've had an invitation to be there. So yeah. So that's our hadara. Next one we have the verb zara. In fact, I think this one is a stretch to even put it on a list of synonyms, really, with ja'a, because it really means to visit. But this, this little sheet has it here as saying like to come with the intention of kind of socializing and good, right? So yeah, ja'a biqasd at-tawasuli wal birr. So yeah, to come with the intention of sort of mixing and good. Next one. So the next one is quite nice actually. So the verb taraqa. It means ja'a laylan, right? It means to come in the night. Taraqa. And obviously we have the word tariq, like meaning a way or a path or something. And there's a term tariqa, plural of which turuq, which has sort of, like when Sufis have a tariqa, and then if they have a tariqa, you use the plural turuq for that kind of deal. Next, we have the verb ghashia. Obviously, many of us will know Surah of the Quran where Allah says, هَلْ أَتَاكَ حَدِيثُ الْغَاشِيَةِ. And the ghashia, and yes, the definition it has here is جاء صدفة دون علم. I think it's صدفة. I know it comes from the same word as the word مصادفة, meaning like a coincidence. But in this case, it's like to kind of come by serendipity, or for something to kind of come unexpectedly. دون علم is it's come without you knowing about it, right? And that's hence Allah's describing the coming of the Day of Judgment like that. It's coming. We don't know the time of it, right? Like even the angels don't know the time of when it's coming, and so that's a very apt way of describing the Day of Judgment coming. Next one we have the verb wafa. Yeah, so that is specifically a verb about coming to meet somebody on the way to somewhere. Yeah, that is just very, very specific for that. The next one, warada. Is to come with the intention of like refilling with water. If you come to a well or something specifically to refill with water is what this list is kind of saying here. Warada. And then the last one, wafada, is ja'a ma'a jama'a. So is coming kind of with the group. It's coming as a group. It's not kind of just coming on your own. So we have like, I don't know, 10 different variations of the verb to come there. And obviously we kind of see things to do with the Day of Judgment coming, using a number of those. Obviously, we have Ja'a. Obviously, most of us know إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحِ. Many of us have memorized that. You know, like using the term Ja'a, we have the term Ghashiyah being used. We have the term Ata being used, which is obviously really apt, isn't it? That it's coming from a place close, particularly in that area. But yeah, subhanAllah, something that I kind of noticed about it when I was just going through these is how Allah so often talks about the Day of Judgment being something that's coming to us, rather than something that we are going to it, right? Like Allah in these ayat isn't describing how we are going to go to the Day of Judgment, which is kind of what it feels like when we kind of have a journey through life and then we die and then we are taken to the Day of Judgment. But it's not that, right? Which just kind of reinforce that it's written for all of us. Like we're not escaping it, and it's written for all of us. So anything, that's everything for this video, inshallah. I think we covered some nice stuff and some nice nuance in there, inshallah. If there's anything additional that I think would be useful for you guys for covering this stuff, then I'll stick it in the description box below. And that's it. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. I look forward to the discussions that we have, inshallah. If you enjoyed this video, and I really hope you did, don't forget to like and share it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.